Hi friends, welcome to this morning yoga flow that is focused on mobility, fluidity, and grace by syncing our movement with our breath to help find ease and space and freedom within the body to provide a greater range of motion, improve circulation, and open up your heart for the rest of the day. So if you're ready, just grab your mat and let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start at the back, seated on our shins in a hero pose. Rest your hands on top of your legs and close your eyes. Let your shoulders be heavy away from your ears. And let us begin to open up the practice. Welcome the new day as you open your arms, reach them, open them wide, and stretch them up towards the sky. Exhale, palms together and down to your heart. And making this fluid here as you open the arms. Take a deep breath in as you reach them up for the sky. You can open your eyes if you like. And taking your hands down to your heart. And again, last time, really stretch. Open up the arms. Reach them as high as you can. And exhale as you glue the palms together down to your heart. Good. And then now open your arms. Reach them up towards the sky. Taking your palms together as you interlace your fingers, you're going to point your index fingers up. Inhale, let the head fall back so you feel that opening through the front of your neck. And then exhale, lift the head straight up and bend the elbows so you feel that opening in the triceps. Inhale, reach the arms up as you let the head fall back. And exhale, lift the head straight, arms bend back so the elbows point up. Inhale, reach up. Head falls back. Exhale, lift and bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Let the head fall back. Slowly lifting the head on the exhale and bending the elbows behind you between the shoulder blades. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, let us fold forward into child's pose, keeping your hips all the way back as you reach the fingertips all the way towards the front of your mat, so you really lengthen through the spine, feeling that stretch in your back. Take a deep breath in and exhale, rounding the spine forward into a moving cat and cow, keeping your chin towards your chest. Exhale, dropping the belly into cow, lifting the head and sitting it back into child's pose. Inhale as you round the spine, chin to chest, angry cat. And exhale, dropping the belly low as you look forward, sitting it back into child's pose. Inhale, really feel the shoulder blades pulling apart as you push forward. And exhale, dropping the belly low, opening the heart and sitting back. Inhale, rounding the spine, angry cat. Exhale, dropping the belly, sitting it back into child's pose. Inhale now, come all the way forward into upward facing dog, into a back bend. See if you can lift your thighs off the mat. Really letting the heart open up forward. And then exhale, just lead with your hips as you push it back into your child's pose. Moving and flowing in the body here as you inhale, come forward, upward facing dog. And exhale, leading with the hips back into child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, upward facing dog, looking forward. And exhale, rounding back into a child's pose. Inhale, move with your breath here. Really feel the fluidity in the body. And exhale, pushing the hips back. Good, and then we're going to come all the way forward into upward facing dog on your inhale. And then exhale, keeping the toes tucked, pushing the hips back into downward facing dog. Moving just like that as you inhale, drop the hips, looking forward. And exhale, pushing the hips back. Really making sure that you breathe here, letting lots of air into the nose and out. And by creating fluidity in the body like this, really helps to create moving energy in the body. Really good for keeping our joints healthy as we lubricate our joints. Inhale, come into upward facing dog, dropping the hips. And exhale, push the hips back, downward dog. Untuck your toes now and start to pedal out the feet as you stretch through the back of the legs here.
really trying to reach the opposite heel closer towards your mat, and making sure that your feet are parallel, all 10 toes facing forward. Your feet are as wide as your hips, and pushing all of your weight back so you create that upside down V, and really thinking about all of your weight being pushed back towards your hips and towards the heels, taking pressure off of the upper body, allowing the head to shake it out here. Really good way to wake up from head to toe, get the body moving, get the blood flowing, and then holding as you pike your hips back, downward dog. Inhale, now you're gonna dip your hips to one side as you hover, and exhale, pike them back up to downward dog. Inhale, dip to the opposite side, and exhale back up. So doing these downward dog dips at your own pace, you're in control of how fast you want to go, the tempo, and really using your upper body to push your weight as you lift the hips back up. Breathing in and out through the nose, and just letting the head be super heavy here. Not holding any tension or restrictions, and we're really releasing through the side body here. We don't do enough side body work throughout our day. We always just think about our upper body, our lower body, or our core, but we don't really think about our side, our obliques, and how important it is to really open and lengthen, stretch, create space throughout the side body. Last one. And then holding your downward dog as you push the hips all the way back, nice long back here. Walk your feet forward all the way to your hands at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen, flat back, and exhale, fold forward. Keeping your hands on blocks or on the mat. Start to pedal out your feet, straightening one as you bend the other knee, and allowing the head to release here. So you're really keeping the upper body super heavy here, and feeling the stretch through the back of the legs, through the hamstrings. Taking another deep breath in, long breath out, and then begin to roll your body one vertebrae at a time, coming into a standing position, allowing the head to be the last thing up. Roll the shoulders up and down, away from the ears. Step your feet together at the front of your mat, arms along the side of your body. And as you inhale, bend the knees, open your arms and reach them up. Exhale as you lead with your heart, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, flat back. And exhale, stepping both of your feet back into plank position. Feel free to drop your knees if you like. Exhale, shift forward and take chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Inhale, you're gonna reach your right leg up towards the sky, coming into three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, stacking the right hip over your left. And we're gonna come into our flip dog, wild thing, as you reach the left arm towards the front of your mat. Let us move with the breath here and find ease within the body. Find that grace as you inhale, dropping the left hip down, reach back. And exhale, lift up and reach forward. Inhale, drop the hip down, reach back. Exhale, lift and reach forward. Inhale, drop it down, reach back. Exhale, lift, reach up. Really thinking about lifting the hips up so you can open up the heart. Last time, holding your wild thing. Lifting the hips and the pelvis a little bit higher here. Breathe, let more air in and lots of air out. Good, and then slowly coming back into your three-legged dog, pointing the toes up towards the sky. Exhale, you're gonna step your right leg forward, reach your arms up towards the sky, and windmill your arms into warrior two as you look over your front arm. Remembering to tuck in your tailbone so that the butt is not sticking out, really thinking about engaging through the core. Arms open wide, and let us work with the breath as we inhale. Straighten out your front leg, hands into prayer. Reach the arms up, and then exhale, opening the arms into warrior two as you bend the front knee. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms together, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, finding that grace as you work nice and slow, feeling that fluidity in the body, engaging through the core here. Palms together as you reach up. Exhale, bend the front knee and looking over the front arm. Last time, inhale, push the palms together, both legs straight. And exhale, warrior two, holding it here. Really feeling that power in the core center. Opening the arms wide, keep looking over the front arm. And then you're gonna exhale and straighten your front leg. Hinge from the hip as you reach forward. And then the right hand is gonna come down onto your shin and the left arm reaches up. Holding onto your shin bone, I want you to take your left arm and reach it forward and do some circles here. So starting to find range and mobility into the left shoulder joint. And breathing. Most important is that you do full cycle breaths through each circle here. And by holding onto your bottom leg will allow you to open wider. Really breathing into that side of the body. Good, last time. Reaching up and forward and around and reach back up. Holding that hand, you can release your bottom hand and just place it in front of your calf muscle. And this will find more engagement through the core here. Allowing that tail or the left hip to be straight, creating one line all the way to the crown of your head. And your gaze looks up towards that top hand. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out. And then inhale, transitioning back into warrior two. Looking over that front hand, pivot your body back into high lunge, reach up. And exhale, hands come down, stepping the right foot back, shift forward plank, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, raise your left leg up towards the sky. Point your toes, and then bend your left knee and stack it over your right hip. Really feeling that opening here. And then you're gonna come into your flip dog, wild thing. As you drop your left foot, your right leg stays straight and your arm opens up over the head. Let us take some movement as you inhale, drop the right hip down, reach towards the back. And exhale, lift the hips and reach up. Inhale, drop the right hip down, reach back. Exhale, lift and reach forward. Really feeling this opening through the front of the body. Finding that grace and ease throughout the body by using your breath as your fuel here. Last time, inhale, drop the hip down. And exhale, lift up. Thinking about lifting the hips just a little bit higher here. Feeling that opening in the chest. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out. And then we pivot back into three-legged dog. So your left hand comes down. Left leg reaches back up towards the sky. And then exhale, we step the left leg forward. Reach the arms up. And cartwheel the arms into warrior two. As your left toes turn out towards the front. And remembering to tuck in your tailbone. Bending that front knee, stacking that left knee over your ankle, opening the arms wide here. And let us inhale, straighten the front leg, taking your hands into prayer, reaching the arms up, and exhale back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, take your hands into prayer, reach up, exhale, bend the front knee, arms open wide, warrior two. Finding that engagement through your core center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Reach as high as you can. And then exhale, open the arms wide. Last time here. Taking a really deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, using that breath to go deep and low into that front leg here. Looking over your front arm. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Straighten out your front leg. Hinge from the hip forward, and then dropping your left hand on your shin as the right arm reaches up. Starting to take circles as you reach that right arm forward and down and around and back up. Going nice and slow here. And by holding on to that left leg, you can really allow yourself to get a greater range of motion and just focus on stretching and opening through the right shoulder right now. Breathing into this. Allowing more freedom into the upper body, especially if you're in a seated position and hunched over. It should feel really good for you. And then allowing the right arm to reach back up, and then releasing your left hand, just place it in front of your left calf muscle. And then finding that engagement now through the core. Stacking the right arm over the left. Spreading the fingers nice and wide here. Gaze looking up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, breathe out. And then inhale, we transition back into Warrior Two. Looking over your front arm. Pivot the back toes, so all 10 toes, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down onto the mat. Step the left foot back into plank position and flow forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest. And exhale, pushing the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Really lengthen through the back of the legs, through your back. Push the hips all the way back. And then on the exhale, letting your heart come forward towards the mat, letting the heart open up more. And then you're gonna drop your knees onto the mat. Come all the way into a tall kneeling position. And then we're gonna place our hands onto our sacrum area. So that's space between your butt and your lower back. And start to hinge backwards here from the hips. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and reach for one heel. Maybe you reach for both and come into camel. Ustrasana, letting the head fall back here. Letting your heart open. You can always tuck your toes, and this will decrease the intensity of the back bend, but if you want more, untuck your toes and let your heart open up. Keeping our heart healthy, keeping the lungs healthy, really stretching through the front of the chest, the shoulders, allowing a lot of space, a lot of air into the lungs, making sure you breathe. Deep breath in, exhale out, and then slowly, carefully placing your hands onto your sacrum. Lift your body up, sitting back, and stretching your arms forward into child's pose. Resting the forehead onto your mat. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Exhale, breathe everything out. Walking your hands up into a seated position. We're gonna come into crisscross easy pose. One leg in front of the other. Take your hands in front of your knees and then open up your arms. Feel that opening again as we stretch through the upper body. Exhale, palms together and down to your heart. And again, inhale, feeling that energy now within the whole body as you reach the arms. And exhale, taking that energy between your palms and down to your heart. And again, fluidity as we open the arms, reach up. Exhale, hands down to your heart, thanking yourself for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow on the mat. Subscribe to Yena Yoga and give me a thumbs up. Namaste.